setting up. There we go. I think we're all good to go. I think everything's working now. Okay. Right, where are we? Okay, so this one's got they've traded this one before. Audio. Look at these lines. Yeah, TikTok's up, but TikTok's running as well. TikTok's been up for the last 2 minutes, Alistair. I go live at 8. Put the scanners up for you guys from 7, and I go live from 8. I accidentally terminated the stream as I was switching across, but look. SH1T happens. I've not missed anything. Morning, Jumper. Morning, Cal. Yesterday was a good day. Good day. Let's see. Let's hope we can get another runner like we did yesterday. Yeah, Jumper, but Hollow, it was just nah, not for me. Not for me, Hollow. It was always going to be a risky trade, so I was having none of it. None of that yesterday. GXAI was my big one yesterday. I managed to get 7 grand out of it off a 7,000 start, so that was great. Yesterday it went up to, well, from like $7 up to, what was it, about 16? That was fantastic. GXAI yesterday. That's where I made most of my money. Did make a nice little bit on a YOLO punt, a gamble play on SWIN. Which was moving silly amounts, and had 2 entries on that. How good was yesterday? Fantastic, Cal. Fantastic. So yesterday we had a 12k day yesterday. So we're back over 10k, of course. Yeah, so it made the deficit from. Made the deficit up from Monday and then some. Still got a way to go to the all-time highs. Still got a massive drawdown to recover from. But look, I'll take my time this month. Morning, Adam. Well, if Nvidia gets over 1,000, then I might just stop trading altogether and retire on the proceeds. If I'm trading, I'll be streaming. It's simple as that. Otherwise, it just gets boring doing it on your own. As you all know, you sat in front of the desk on your own. Kind of boring. So I was actually surprised. There was a nice one this morning. IMRX popped up this morning. Really nice catalyst. Major league pop and drop. I was surprised when it just popped up on a good catalyst and then dropped. And it dropped hard. Sold off heavy. And I was actually looking to get in if it broke 8. And I'm glad I didn't, because ouch, that could have been painful. Talking of hollow, why is that? So microcloud or hologram above the VWAP again. I don't like it. Oh, it does exist, dude. It's just a recording now. Shift Pix is just moving up. It's today it's more like continuation. They had a change in executive restructure on Monday after hours. That was accounted for some movement on Tuesday and well, no, Wednesday really. So I can't see any company specific news since Monday. So that's all I'm seeing with Shift Pixie. It's underneath the VWAP right now. It's not looking strong enough. Certainly not for me to trade it. On the way up, I went in for the break of $60. I took 500 shares, so I wasn't trading big on it. Took 500 shares and I didn't get filled. Well, I did, but it was a partial fill. So I was like 100 and something shares, and it went up into a halt. So I left the order there. It gapped up and then it pulled back, filled me at a discount, and then carried on up and put a $3 trailing stop in place. I made 4K on it. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I made 4K on it, Ryan, and then I got another entry, put another $3 trailing stop in place. Again, in 500 shares. I'm effectively risking 1,500 bucks. So another 500 shares. It moved up again. And then there was a swift pullback and I lost 84 cents. So I didn't even lose, 400 bucks on it or whatever. So that was actually good. Then it started to get a bit dodgy. It was extremely volatile. The spreads were mental, but it was just going from halt up to halt up to halt up to halt up. And then when it turned round, which is pretty much where I got out, it went from halt down to halt down to halt down. But on the way down, it came down a lot quicker with big gaps in between the halts. So a gap down, halt. On the way up, it was halt up. And in some cases, gap down, halt up. And then, yeah, so I didn't, because I took a much smaller size and I was already like $7 up or something at that stage, over $7 up actually. Smaller size, I knew I could afford to have a wider risk. So That's why I was on. Well, that and the fact I couldn't really afford much more. I could have afforded that 1,000 shares or maybe 1,500 shares or something. But I thought, okay, no, 500 shares is much more than enough. Yeah, John, I know that feeling. Had some issues I managed to fix with Restream, my stream key yesterday, and I thought, do you know what? I was in the middle of a trade with GXAI when all the issues started, so I thought, okay, I'm just not going to stream today. I'll trade. I'll chat in the Discord, but I was more interested in the trading than getting the stream fit. So I apologise for the abruptness of the stream ending yesterday. It was an issue with my stream key. GXAI was the one that I was up to. It was the one I traded. I was 7,000 up on GXAI. So that was the first thing I traded, and I traded that pretty much all the way up. Then I traded Clean Spark, CLSK. I managed to get 450 bucks on that, and I got 4.5k on SWIN. All together, gross, it was 12k. Just over 12k, 12,156, which was phenomenal considering I started with a little over 7k, 7.5k. And net, it was 11,600. So, you know, it's like 600 odd in fees, charges, commissions, etc. Ooh, getting a bit of a runner here, and I'm missing it. Audio. High of day currently is 390. Now we're approaching it. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Less than a third of you have. That's all I ask every day. That shows that you appreciate me actually doing this. So just smash the thumbs up button if you haven't already. It really helps me out with the algorithm, but it's the only thing I ask you guys to do. The rest, just leave it to me. Here's Stanford. Hey Adam, how you doing? Not unless you're going to put some gas in it. With your money, not mine. Okay. It's the principle.
I did it last time with you.
You're the only one. You're the only one. Morning, Neith. This morning, it's just been a cacophony of pop and drop. Move up, drop down. There's nothing really sustaining. Really struggle. Just be careful. Just be patient. Look for the confirmation because it doesn't seem like anything sustaining. Absolutely terrible moves this morning, Mike. Terrible. Some good strong moves. They're just not. Either been really choppy, on low volume, or just not sustaining. So there's nothing really setting up in terms of a good, clean move. And that's what we need. I'd rather just sit on my hands and take no move. Hello again, Alistair. Dude, you're obviously American, you know. Education system's failed you. You need to expand your vocabulary, buddy. Cheers, CC. What's the charting platform? This is a trading platform. It's called DAS Trader Pro, David. DAS, as in direct access software. The DAS Trader Pro is the platform. It's American, yeah. No, you've got an A there. It's American. You need to drop the A, dude. You should know that. American. Hello again, Tom. Hopefully you have a better day today than you did yesterday. Be disciplined. What stock am I looking at here at the moment? So this is Lithium Americas. It's LAC, Lithium Americas, and it's started to make a move up, but again, it's not sustaining. LAC, Lithium Americas. Well, firstly, John, I am British, but there you go. Just because I lived in Ireland for 20 years does not make me Irish. Someone called me a plastic paddy once, and I'm like, no, not really. I'm still British, regardless. Hey, look, the language is so different in the across the British Isles. The accent, you go from Glasgow to Newcastle, which is, you know, less than 100 miles, and the accents are completely different. The language is completely different, yet they're both speaking English. The regional dialects is what it is. And then you go from Newcastle down to Leeds, different again. From Leeds to Manchester, different again. From Manchester to Liverpool. It's a small island, but the regional dialects are they differ substantially, and I can pretty much do impressions of most of them, so that's my party trick. What's my thoughts on Vanguard S&P 500? I mean, what's my thoughts on the S&P 500? Doesn't matter if it's the Vanguard. I watch the SPY. When I'm talking about the S&P 500, I look at the SPY. So that's the Spider S&P 500 from State Street. It tracks the S&P 500 exactly the same way as Vanguard. But what's my thoughts on it? I'm expecting all-time highs today. We've got PPI numbers coming out today. Oh, that was the 8 o'clock scrum. That doesn't count. So the 8 o'clock spikes gave us an all-time high, but that doesn't count because it's the 8 o'clock spikes. But I'm expecting all-time highs on the S&P 500. We got all-time highs last week at 518.22 on the SPY, which, as I say, it's a tenth of the SPX, but it follows the S&P 500 in the same way. Well, John, I lived in Dublin for 20 years. Well, yeah. 19 years, 2004 to 2023. So 19 and a half years. Hey, Kaz. Lovely part of the world is Cork. Cork, lovely, lovely country. The People's Republic of Cork. Lovely country. What software am I using, Kaz? I'm using Dash Trader Pro. It's supplied by, well, it's actually Traders Elite Pro, but it's Dash Trader Pro as a software, and it's supplied by my broker, which is Capital Markets Elite. So CMEG. The Trading 212, it's they have their own proprietary platform. Not a big fan, but each to their own. I prefer Dash Trader, much better platform, much better broker. Better fills, better spreads. No worries. There's a link in my. If you want to check out either the software, which is Dash Trader Pro, or the broker, check them out. There's a links to both in my link tree, which you'll find in my profile there. Just click on my face, and it'll take you through to the link tree. You can try the software out for free. As for the scanners, which you can also see here, so these scanners that are behind me, all these scanners here, these scanners are Benzinga scanners. Again, you can check that out in my link tree as well, and you can check that out for free. And if you're watching on YouTube, I did ask you to, but it's not for day trading, Neith. If you're using capital, it's more for swing trading. It's a push. It's more for just buying and holding. It's just for if you want to invest, buy and hold and manage your own portfolio. That's what capital's really for, and that's why it's a zero commission platform. But Dash Trader, Sterling Trader, it's one of the reasons I really like CMEG is that they give you that platform choice. They've got, I think, 4 different platforms that you can use natively with them as a broker. So that's why I really like them. Now, Sterling Trade is good. I've used that, but I prefer Dash Trader. That's just me. That's personal preference. But yeah, the capital, it's not. I'm not a big fan of that. It's a decent platform for what it is. It's not geared for day trading. Even say so on their website. If you're going to be an active day trader, Capital is not the platform to use. Capital is really for, as I said, managing your own portfolio. That's what happens, Adam. What goes up must come down. So the S&P 500, we should get some news. I'm watching the SPY right now, which is the Spider S&P 500 from State Street. It was Kaz asked me what I thought of the Vanguard S&P 500. It's a different ETF. They all track the S&P 500 the same. It depends who you want to buy it from. That's all. So this is State Street's ETF that tracks the S&P 500. If you want to track the NASDAQ 100, then I go with the Qs, which is an Invesco ETF. But Vanguard also has an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100. So they're all much of a muchness in terms of both price and volatility and what they do. But I'm expecting in about 20 seconds we should get the PPI data, the unemployment data, and retail numbers all coming out. So expect a little bit of volatility on the markets in the next 10 seconds. Very, Cal, very. Be patient. There we go. As I did say, there's the market volatility. The news coming out now. Retail sales numbers, PPI numbers. Oh, ouch. So month over month, 0.6 versus the 0.3 estimate. That's nasty. We've got retail sales numbers, 0.6 versus the 0.8 expected in terms of growth. And core PPI for February month over month is 0.3 versus the 0.2 estimate, so it's a bit hot. And initial jobless claims, 209k versus the 218k estimate. So less people unemployed, which is not usually a good thing. It usually makes the market sell. Give me a kiss. Bye bye, sweetie. We've got core retail sales down. It's 0.3 versus the 0.5 estimate. So yeah, that's the news. But we saw on Tuesday when the CPI numbers came out, we had a little spike down, but the market was just so strong that 5 minutes later it was back up there and breaking high of day. So let's see what happens. Does it sell off or does it bounce? Hey Peanuts, how you doing? Green line's going down. That's algorithmic. That's algorithmic trades on the SPY. So you get that on most stocks. 8 o'clock, top of the hour every morning. 8 o'clock, you get the market makers and dark pools and stuff. They equalize the market with trades that have been taken off exchange, and you get what's known as these algorithmic spikes. It doesn't affect the price action, it's just algorithmic spikes on the charts that happens. And if you've got a direct access platform to the markets, you'll see it on any direct access platform. Some other platforms you won't see it because they're not direct access. But that's what that is, Peanuts. Hey Victor, how you doing? Yeah, it's better just to wait, Vegas. You know yourself. Sit on your hands until you get a nice setup. Do not succumb to boredom trading. It just doesn't work. You've seen me do it so many times and invariably end up losing money. Yeah, but it's under $2, so I'll take a look at it. But it's not something I will be trading. I have a staunch rule, QT image holdings. I don't trade anything under $2. Now, bearing in mind that a couple of weeks ago, this was up at like $11, $12. Well, I overcome boredom trading by talking to you, dude. So it's, you know, quid pro quo. Yeah, Adam, that's what we've got on the old YouTube. CCTG, LAC, Pixie again, Soundhound, BBAI. Pretty much the top gappers at the moment. Audia, CCSC Technology, Lithium Americas, Pixie, BBAI. Everything else is like Robin Hood's 10% up on the day. So yeah, but it's been unreliable. It's I mean, look how choppy this. You're right, sweetie. You gone with 8? You wouldn't fit in. Okay. Round this side. The other side. Come on, round. Don't go there because you'll end up pulling bloody thing out the wall. Wait. There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of what I'm looking at there as well. Alistair, I think you and I have started thinking alike, which might not be a good thing because we've got previous resistance on the daily at 4. Look at this on the daily. You can see that where it's at right now. We've got resistance on the daily at 4 here. But $4 is kind of a support at the same level. So $4 is kind of a key level to be watching that. So I'm watching that as well. I hope you got a piece of it, Victor. If you did, good on you. Going house hunting on Saturday. 3 places to look at. Yeah, all 3 of them have got nice pools. One's covered. I'm not too sure. What do I want a covered pool here for, though? You know. Yeah, it's struggling. I mean, it's like 11.5 cents on the 1 minute ATR, the 1 minute average true range. That is for anyone that's new. But it's just a bit choppy. A huge amount less, John. A huge amount less. And I suppose it's like anything. It's how much, what kind of a lifestyle you want to live, you know. But in general, yeah, it's a lot less. It's not. I didn't come because it's. I know there's a lot of people living, particularly Americans, which I kind of avoid. Not that I avoid Americans, but it's the expat community I kind of avoid. Did the same when I lived in Spain. They're all about that mongering life, cars, and I'm like, no, that's not me. Not anymore. I'm too old. Not too long in the tooth. It's what's known as a developing nation, Cal. There are some, but I wouldn't have any low riders. Not worth it because whilst the main highways are quite good, anything off the main highway, it's just rough as. Well, you get the picture. So you need something with ideally 4-wheel drive or a bit of suspension. I wouldn't go with any low riders, any kind of posh car, low rider type sports car. You see a couple of them in certain areas, but here absolutely not. So nice cruisers. Most people get pickups and off-road vehicles. I've seen a Humvee, which I thought was kind of strange, given some of the back roads are very narrow. But that's probably one of the most expensive cars I've seen around here. I'm saying nothing, dude. Yes, I am, Victor. I've been for the last 9 months. I've got itchy nose, and I know why. A bloody cat just came in the room. Yeah. I can't do that, Cal. I'm in the Philippines. They're all bloody loud when they get together. Yeah, there you go, Vegas. I thought about saying something, but I didn't want to offend everybody. I might get called misogynistic. The truth is, I probably am, so sue me. The problem I have with today's society is this cancel culture. It really gets on my nerves. It's like, I find that offensive. I'm like, so what? Be offended. Nothing happens. Not where I am, Alistair. For poker, you got to go up towards Makati, which is kind of one of the poker capitals. There's some good action up in Makati, but not here on Negros. It absolutely is, and it's ruining comedy actually. I mean, I like what Ricky Gervais. He doesn't stand on it. He's not the funniest comedian out there, but he just doesn't stand for any of this cancel culture. And if you're going to be offended, that's your problem. Your right not to be offended does not trump my right to be offensive. That's a big pullback. That's what I'm talking about. It did it here. It did it here. It's done it again. It's just unreliable. Although if you look at the higher time frame, look at it on the 15, higher time frame, you see some nice moves up, but then it just doesn't sustain, and that's pretty much everything that's moved this morning. Let's go back to the S&P 500. So what I was saying yesterday is we had the sell-off, but not yesterday. Tuesday we had the sell when the CPI numbers dropped, the consumer price index, which is a measure of inflation. For those of you wondering what I'm talking about, it's the consumer price index. So CPI data came out, and it came out higher than expected, which meant the market sold off like this. The same way that the PPI came out, which is the producer's price index. What's the difference between CPI and PPI, I hear you say? Well, CPI, the consumer price index, is the cost of goods and services to the consumer, to you and me, Joe Public. PPI is the cost of those goods and services to get them to the public. So the producer's price index, how much it costs the manufacturers and the producers and the service providers to get those services to the public. So that's the difference, okay? So it's the difference between retail and wholesale, is a good analogy to use. So the CPI numbers came out a little bit hot on Tuesday, sold off, and then 5 minutes later, it did exactly the same as this, bounced up and then moved up higher and broke new highs on the day. If it breaks new highs on the day today, we're going to have a new all-time high on the S&P 500. So just throwing that out there. Oh, don't get me started. I mean, some of my friends from growing up back in like primary and high school, the nicknames we gave each other, and we still use them when we meet up. And today would be cancelled straight away if we use those kind of nicknames. Offensive, what would be considered offensive nickname, but those are the nicknames that we gave each other. And having been a rugby player, just saw Jude Bellingham, a football player for Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham got suspended for calling somebody a rapist because he got acquitted after being charged. Well, he didn't get acquitted. The charges were dropped by the accuser because she was his girlfriend. And he called her a rapist. And he got suspended. It's like, you can't even sledge somebody on the pitch now. What's all that about? Banter on the... I'll say, not so much banter, but sledging people on the pitch to get a rise out of them. That's when I played rugby. That was one of the best things I did. The mortar mouth, you know, really wind up the opposition up so that they lose the cool and end up getting people carded and sent off. Can't do that now. But I would definitely stop teaching sticks and stones may break my bones in high school. In primary school. I mean, I learned that when I was like 5 years old. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me. When did that stop being relevant? I mean, have we stopped teaching that rhyme in kindergarten or whatever it is, grade school or whatever? Yeah, I don't trust it. There's not enough volume. The volume's inconsistent. I've not seen anything that I trust it yet this morning. APM pop and drop by the looks of it. There's no catalyst. Probably not worth the risk. No, I'm not seeing any company-specific news on it, so I would stay away from it until it's got consistent volume. That's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a fat guy on the internet with an opinion. Okay, low volume on that one, Ricky Ticky. RGTI, very low volume. It's like 367,000 shares traded all day today. So less than 3 cents on the 1 minute ATR as well. Two things you need if you're going to get a profitable day trade. Two things that are essential: volume and volatility. One without the other, no trade. Needs both. This has neither. Yesterday I traded GXAI, Victor. I'll tell you where I got in my first entry on it and my last exit. So GXAI, let me just click on that in my Trader View journal. And my first entry was 849, and my highest exit was 1588. So, and I say the highest exit because that was where I was at my max, and I went back in at 1575 for the run back up, and I ended up giving back $1,500 on GXAI. So I finished GXAI 7,200 up on the day, but I was over 8 grand up on the. I was about 8,700 up on GXAI at one stage, 86, close to 8,700 up. And I gave back 1,500 on the last trade, and that's when I said, okay, I'm done with that. So I stuck around a little bit longer, traded Clean Spark, got $400 on that, and then I took a what trade I wouldn't recommend taking. It was more of a gamble trade with SWIN, but it paid off, and I got 4K on that. So good day all round yesterday, 12K day. Spark's always got fluff news. Pop and drop. It's famous for it. It's had me a couple of times with the pop and drops of Spark. You get in for a good strong move up and then it reverses and it doesn't come back. Just be careful with Spark. Sometimes it makes a nice, good, clean move, but if you just look at it on the daily, it's a wash with it. Look at this. It's a wash with it. So much. And it does it all the time. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Sounds like a bloody rowing cruise ox. I'm telling you. Olympic rowing cox. It's just not reliable. But you get one of these nice big moves, that's fine. But it's just up and down all the time. It's a horrible stock. In fact, most of the stocks that I trade on a daily basis are just garbage. I don't recommend that you put them in your portfolio and hold them for sure. They're just garbage companies, terrible companies. APM making another move now. Yeah, it's back up there. I don't trust this one either. 750 would have been a good entry. Yeah. No news on this. I just don't. What's the spreads like? 5 cents. Big range for 5-cent spreads. I agree with you, Cal. I agree with you. It's like if you've not got a catalyst driving the move, it becomes less. It's a bit suspicious why it's moving, and it becomes less reliable in my book. $8 on the nose is the high of day now on APM. Top gapper so far this morning. Let's change these over. Well, I think you have bigger brass ones than I did there, Alistair. I couldn't see an entry. I might look for a dip on the 9 if it comes back that far. I'll go for bounce back up. bit whippy as well. I'll give it till the 9. Yeah, I had a problem yesterday with my stream key with Restream Stone Cold, so I had to get that fixed. WBAI making a little bit of a move. WBI, don't like any of them. How many set charts do I have on the side? I've got, well, if I include the SPY, which I always have open, I've got 10. I've got a screen like 3x3 with different charts, different tickers. I've got the SPY, I've got my 2-minute chart there as well. So I've got effectively the setup I've got the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, the 2-minute chart. Underneath that I've got the daily and 60-minute, and then I've got the SPY and 9 other tickers. Correct. And that's why I didn't really want to try this one. I gave it 30 cents. Big Bear AI. AI seems to be getting a bit of attention. Nvidia's still down on the day. I'm not seeing anything really. No, it's not really what I look for, but it's moving up and looking strong. Why am I hologram? Ticker WIMI. S&P 500 down, you say, Adam? I'm not so sure. I think it might rally later today. It did have that dodgy PPI and employment data numbers, which the market's going to react to. I think we're probably getting. Let's have a look at the SPY because why am I not of interest? I'm thinking maybe a double bottom before the move back up, and then the new all-time highs. That's my opinion. That's not financial advice. A good look at that, you know. For me, Big Bear AI it's just not volatile enough. 2 cents on the 1-minute ATR. There's just no range to take advantage of. So, you know, on the 5 minute, 5 minute ATR is only 4 cents. There's just not enough volatility in it. It moved up last night after hours, but even then it didn't move up huge amounts. So it's just not volatile enough. Remember what I always say, 2 key ingredients, volatility and volume. One without the other, there's no trade. And Big Bear AI doesn't have, whilst it's got reasonable volume, it doesn't have the volatility. No volume on first wave, so it's got 12 cents, 12.5 cents on the 1 minute ATR. So there's volatility there, but there's no volume. So again, no trade. How did I do yesterday? Morg, I had a good day yesterday. I had 12k. I more than doubled my. No, actually, I didn't. So I almost doubled my my position yesterday. It was about 90% gain on the day. You can only do that with a small account. You can't really do that with a large account. But yeah, so I started what, 7,000 and something yesterday. Let me just 7,900 I started on yesterday, and today we're just shy of 1,500, 15k. So 7,900, 7,935 is what I started on yesterday, and I got a 12k day, so I'm finished on Soundhound. Yeah, well, I lost 30% on Monday, so to make more than double yesterday was fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you, Cal. So there you go, Oscar. Discipline this morning. It's there's a lack of opportunities, a lack of movement right now. It's pretty much a dead market this morning. So look, we'll if there's nothing to trade, don't trade. Sitting on your hands is better than taking boredom trades. So who just shouted about oh, John, microcloud hollow. It's again, volume is inconsistent with this one. It's flattered to deceive so far. We got over $8 yesterday, but then as soon as it did, it came right back down again. Look at it on the 15, you'll see what I'm talking about. So you can see here, straight up over as soon as it broke $8, which we were all talking about as the key number. As soon as it broke $8, it just came back down again. So $8 again is probably, watch it, can it hold it? Yeah, absolutely, Alistair. That's always something you want to look out for with a small account, is if it's a higher price, like I say higher price, if it's above $5, are you getting leverage? that you can actually trade it at a reasonable level. It's the SPY's below the it is below the VWAP right now, but it's coming back up to the VWAP. It just got rejected at the VWAP, but it's having another try. I looked at Soundhound already. I've got it on my other charts. Soundhound, very, very choppy, sideways. I did look at this already. Soundhound, it moved up after hours yesterday, but it's been sideways and choppy since. So yeah, that's Soundhound Irampu. Well, I hope you're still in Big Bear there, Bruno. Big Bear AI. You got your red candle, and it's starting to make a move up. So still not good range though. Are you going to profit from that? And there you go. And the pop up and the lowering volume on the way back down. We've got the devil horns up there at 779. So it's, at least this time, MicroCloud hologram is giving you a warning. It's giving you the reversal indicators before it actually pulls back properly. So you got the devil horns, the double top. Just be careful on it. Just look out for the indicators. What did SciSpark end up doing? Yeah, told you, pop and drop. It's notorious for it. The move up and then the pull back. Really struggling for anything decent to trade this morning, guys. So, James, SMR. 773, new scale power. So where do I think it's going to top out? Well, again, it's another garbage company, so I wouldn't hold my breath about it going any higher. There's no volume on it right now. A range of like 2 cents. So from an intraday trade perspective, I wouldn't trade that from a day trade. I wouldn't look for a day trade on that. If you're looking at this from a swing trade perspective, looking at it on the daily, it is moving up depending where you got in. I will be setting my stops in place right now. Let's have a look at it on the weekly. So we've got key resistance there at $8 on SMR, James. So I would be wary around $8. Can you see here, just on the daily, back last year it was support at $8, which that subsequently turned into resistance, and they are interchangeable like that. If I go back to so $8, and it's very close to that right now. If it breaks over $8, the next key level is going to be kind of $9, $9.25, really $0.25 up above it. $9.25, where you've got support here from middle of 2023, summer 2023, support at the back end of the year, and subsequently a bit of resistance here. So $9, $9.23. If it gets over it and holds $8, and I'm not sure that it will. So nice daily double bottom. If you're looking for a swing trade, your entry would have been around here, kind of 350, 375. We had a nice move up on that from a swing trade perspective, but I wouldn't swing trade any of this garbage. It's a terrible company. The majority of these companies down here at like $4, $5, $6, they're all terrible companies. Why am I trading them? Because you get a nice bit of news and it introduces a little bit of volatility. Everybody's eyes turn on it while it's got, particularly in the bioscience sector, you get a nice bit of news around clinical testing or a patent granted or FDA approval or whatever the news is, and you can get, they go absolutely ballistic. You go parabolic moves, you get 2, 3, 400%, and you take advantage of it. And then when you're done, you get out of it. You don't hold it. You never hold these stocks overnight. You never swing trade with them. You ride the momentum while you can, and then if it continues, fine, hold on to it. But as soon as it comes back, set your stops in place. As soon as it starts coming back, you get out and take the profit. Nobody goes broke by taking profit. Just remember that. We're rejected at 3. Will Big Bear get over 3? There is a gap to fill on the daily. 50-cent gap to fill after 3. Do I think it's going to do that today? Probably not. Not with a 2.5-cent range. So MicroStrategy, it's having, basically, look at this from, because the candles will be bigger, wider. We look at this from down here, previous highs, it spiked up here, it was like 1300, it's now 1700. Why is it up there? Well, it's just, particularly this last week, or this last month, it's been going from strength to strength, hasn't it? Don't know what the news catalyst was there back in February, drove this. Start of February, did they have good earnings or something? And it's just gone from strength to strength, I don't know. I'd have to dig into it and have a proper look into the fundamentals of that morgue to understand why it's gone up. There you go. There you go. That's exactly what it is there all day. That's exactly. I didn't even know that. But that's what I said. I would have to have a look at that. What's the fundamentals and what's behind that. So the fact that Bitcoin's gone up to over 70k in this last in this last rally, and it pretty much marries that. So MicroStrategy having 200,000 Bitcoin and it going up to 70k from 30k is going to play a big part in that. Absolutely, because it doesn't so much raise the value of the company, but it raises the value of their assets that are being held. So they've got and effectively more 2.5 times their assets in value, just on Bitcoin alone. I've not looked at Bitcoin for a while. What are we at? $72,500 now on Bitcoin. So huge move up. And if I look, I'm looking at that from February. So that pretty much, so basically MicroStrategy is a bit like Marathon and Marathon Digital, Riot Blockchain. It's a crypto related stock in terms of what it's not. That's not all they do, but in terms of their price action, Bitcoin moves, and I'm just looking at the chart from of Bitcoin, and it looks very similar to MicroStrategy's. So going from kind of 40k, or 30, just under 40k in mid-Feb. Yeah. Back to 23rd of January, it was under 40k, and it's gone from 40k all the way up to 72, which mirrors the MicroStrategy move. That would be why. It's the price of Bitcoin, the fact that they're holding so much Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is impacting their overall value. I did yesterday, Cal. I traded this yesterday. I did trade SWIN yesterday. 500 shares on the way up. Let's see if I can get this on the 2-minute chart so that you can see all the holds. This on the way up, every one of these was a move up and a halt, and a move up and a halt, and I traded it here. And I got in for the break of 60, tried to take 500 shares, tried to get for the break of 60, tried to take 500 shares, partial fill, and then on resumption, it gapped down and then pulled back and filled me at a discount before shooting all the way back up. So I got $4,000 trading this yesterday, Solowin Holdings. And I got in again, where would it have been? It would have been up here somewhere. I got in again, and then I think it was up here. Because it broke new highs, maybe like 65 or something like that. And then when it pulled back, it stopped me out and I had an 86 or 84, I can't remember. It's an 80-cent loss for 500 shares, which was, I can stomach that. Oh yeah. Solowin Holdings, mad, but it went just straight up. But as you can see, it's consistent on the way down. The gaps were huge on the way down. The halts down, so it was a much sharper downwards run than it was to the upside. That's Solowin Holdings, madness yesterday. And I just thought, look, I had like 8k already in the, and I thought if I take 500 shares, I could risk maybe $3 or $4. So I put a $3 trailing stop in place, and that way 500 shares at $3, risking. I was risking $1,500. I wasn't risking what I was only playing with it because I had a big cushion on the day. That's the only reason I traded it. Right now, I wouldn't touch it for a number of reasons. I don't have the cushion on the day. The spreads are ridiculously wide, like $2. The no volume range is 70 cents. So you're looking at what, $2.50 risk on no volume? Nah, not right now. Did the TikTok stream end? Oh, that's pain in the hole. I'll get it started again. Sorry about that, guys. It's got this thing about activity. If I'm not actually in there, even though I'm live, if I'm not actually in it, it cuts off after a couple of hours or whatever. I need to be wary of that. There you go. It's back again on the old tokkety tick. Those of you there. Or a legendary clown all day. Yeah, today's pre-market is probably one of the worst we've had in a long time. We've had some really good moves over the last pre-market, over the last few months. Absolutely nothing right now. We've got 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes before the bell rings, and nothing worth getting excited over. You should always be making modifications to your strategy there, Cal. So it's good to hear. When I say making modifications to your strategy, guys, we've got 10 minutes before the bell rings, and I've still not got 33 likes. So smash that thumbs up button. I need 50 likes before the bell rings. We've got 10 minutes for you. If you've not hit the thumbs up button, just go smash it now. Less than half of you have. So I need another 16 people that haven't done it now, which is more than half of you. Just hit the thumbs up button. That's all I'm asking, guys. Okay. I see why you would do. Why would you not just not trade the open if and just wait? Just wait till after the initial open volatility, that first 15 minutes. I had a look at my all-time stats yesterday, and my most profitable time is actually from 9:45 till 10, and it's some of my all-time stats since I started recording my trading. So that's my all-time stats. Just, days and times. So I'm doing it for 15 minutes, and 9:15 to 9:30 is my least profitable. 9:15 to 9:30, I'm actually losing. Then 9:45 to till 10 o'clock is where I've made the most money across my trading career. And from 9:30 to 9:45, it's kind of mediocre in terms of profitability, but that's where I make the most trades. Yeah, I'm going to have to invest in Starlink. We're 18,000. Doing an offer at the moment. Developing country internet. Absolutely, Cal. I'm going to have to invest in Starlink. Starlink, here we come. I'll do that this next week. I was going to do it a while ago, and then the internet started working really well for me since I switched the VPN provider. And so I thought it was the VPN provider, but it's back to its old shenanigans. Well, I'm out in the sticks. I'm out halfway up the mountain, so Starlink will suit me, I think. I'm gonna have to get that. Do that over the weekend. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that later. Yes, I know it's buffering, Ed. I know it's buffering, Robin. I know it's buffering, Cal. I know it's buffering, everybody. Unfortunately, until I invest into Starlink, which it will be probably this next week, that's just paid my internet bill till the end of the month as well, so probably I'll just cancel it. Yeah, if it's buffering, just lower your resolution. hit the gear wheel, instead of going for 1080p, just go for 720 instead. It should adjust. It should help with the buffering. Yeah, I don't have the issue with, because there's a lot more data going through for YouTube. I don't have the issue with TikTok. I was watching Game of Thrones with the missus as well the other day. She never watched it, so I'm watching it again with her. And it started buffering halfway through an episode, and I was most frustrated. So yeah, Starlink, here we come. Not too expensive. The initial setup cost is about $350, $400 US, and then after that, it's not much difference per month to what I'm paying. It's only expensive to start up there though, Ian. Only expensive to start up. It's the actual ongoing costs are not much different. In fact, I'll have a quick look whilst we're waiting. It's oh, I'm paying currently I'm paying what, 1,600, 1,700. It will be 2,700, so it's an extra 1,000 pesos. Just having a look. I can buy the hardware a lot cheaper. They're actually doing yeah, Tom, just forget the emotions. If you find yourself going emotional, go back to the simulator for a week or two. No. There is the open. Let's change the scanners over. $7. Good luck, guys. Let's see what the market holds for us, shall we? Oh, there's the $7. That's what I was looking at. Cent spreads. 5-cent spread. Ah. A little bit of slippage there, but that's fine. If it starts to make another move back up, we should be good to get in this. Oh, I missed time that. Timing's been off this last month or so. In terms of hotkeys and buttons and things. A little bit. Copy. Copy. It is a journey. Absolutely, Tom. You know? It's not a lot moving. Oh, wife and child are back. You need a baby crying. Not much in the way of volatility holds to the upside either. Pixie making a move, investing $4. I don't like it. But 8 PM, you get over $7. Interesting. Over the VWAP now. Come back to the VWAP for support. Bounce for new highs. Maybe. That's try hitting the live button, Morg. If you hit live, sometimes the latency gets in there, but if you hit live, it'll bring you up to bring you back up. Got a halt on APM. Like I say, I'm not interested until it breaks $7. It's looking like a pretty much level resumption. PayPal breaking highs. WIN halted to the downside. Let's have a look at LSF. Lard superfood. Back to LSC. Like it's retesting that $0.50. Over $10 now, Sound Hound. There we go. Well, APM resumed and up into another halt. So that halted 41, like 10 seconds ago. We'll come back to APM. Or Hiris. Right on the range. Sound Hound, Battle to Deceive. Over 10, rejected at the $0.25, and 75, 80-cent drop. Ouch. Yeah, actively moving, but not reliably moving. Trader 83. That's the problem. Back to APM. Only thing that's got volatility right now and should resume in about a minute's time. Second halt, so the third halt's usually dodgy, so just don't be getting stuck in that. Have you hit the live button, Daniel? Bring you up to speed. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how to fix that. YouTube latency. Ooh. Didn't get filled. There you go, it did get filled. $8. Pre-market high. 52 cents on the range. Pretty much maxed out on my buying power. About $7 a night. Max loss. Yeah, I'm done for that. I'm locking that down. Half of what I made yesterday has just been gone. Oh well. Like a bride's night gown. More than half. 2/3 of what I made yesterday. Just up in smoke. Oh, let's get back to basics and trade small, I guess. Stopped me out and bounced $7, and it's all gone back. It's gone right the way back up. Oof. This is choppy as hell. That's 10 cents. That's not too bad. Nice smaller size. Fill in. I've got a link tree with all the socials, Morg. It's pinned in the chat. It says there, link tree. It's pinned, literally pinned in the chat. That link, that pinned link. It is extremely choppy. Extremely choppy. 19k. Alistair. 19 and a half. See this over $9. Get over $9. 904 is the halt level, but so it's been getting close to the halt level and then rejecting. Stop at 8. 50 cents there. I made up. I gave back. Oh, it's doing this quite a bit now. Looking ominous. Just hoping this is not a head and shoulders, which is why I've got to stop there just in case it is. 55-cent range, you've got to give it that wiggle room. Okay, this is head and shoulders. Yeah, that's me done for the day. I'm back down to a 10k account. Oh, it's up and down. At least I've still got 10k in the account. Let's see where there is a little bit more. Yeah, it looks very head and shouldersy, that. What happened with the market today? It sold off, the MD. I wouldn't worry about the market. Let's have a look at the SPY. I wouldn't worry about the market. It's still very bullish. It's having a pullback. Look at it on the daily. It's having a red day. 2 red days in a row. It happens. It's you know, if you look at it on the daily, it's still above the 9 EMA on the daily. It's huge, you know. VWAP's down here. Not that the VWAP really matters on a daily chart. It's an intraday indicator, but the 200's down here at 460. So on the SPY, it's nothing to worry about. It's kind of healthy. A bit of a pullback every now and again is healthy. Don't worry about the market right now. I guess that needs to get back over the VWAP. APM's driving me nuts. Thought I had it. Thought I had it. I think I do. I think I've got this sussed now. I think I've got this worked out. Very head and shoulders, but unless it breaks new highs. If this breaks new highs, I'll wait for the next pullback to the VWAP. That's what it seems to be bouncing on. But if it doesn't break new highs, we seem to be getting a bit of a head and shoulders formation here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breaks new lows. And see us breaking below the VWAP on the next pullback. $12K day yesterday, and looks like giving most of that back today. At the moment, still plenty time. TG is testing the VWAP, 5-day 440, session high 440. Pre-market high was 533. New highs, testing 450 now on CCTG. All right, now. There we go. CCTG seems to be the one that's banging. It's the top momentum stock right now. No leverage. Been like this all the time. It's the continuation. We were talking about it earlier. A lack of continuation in some of these moves. Caught between the spreads here. Missed it. Hang. Take the profit up there at 885, 89, 890. The high of day 893, and I didn't take it. Be busy distracted. Not other things. I don't trust it. I'll buy the next time it hits the VWAP, but I don't trust it. VWAP 76. So I'm gonna go much down to 75. Oh, I've got a £5,000 account. I'm just putting this down as a bad day. I'm looking on montage again. That's 75% of my account wiped out in one day. I need to stop trading like a bloody gunslinger. Really is setting me back. I didn't even get 50 likes after all this. I'll be back at it tomorrow. I'm going to knock it on the head and watch the football. Absolutely, Vegas. Size down. And you know, I'm used to having like a 100k. It's a six-figure account. I'm trading in a 10k account, and that's what's been wrong with me the last 2 months. Is I'm trading in a 10k account like I've got six figures, and I need to stop doing that. So I need to like substantially size down. So, look. We start again tomorrow, and it literally is a small account challenge from here on in. So we're going to be at about 5k, just shy of 20k starting today. So we go again tomorrow. I've locked my montage, and I need to have a good look at myself and say, what the hell am I doing wrong? And I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. With even just looking at the triangles on the chart there, I know exactly what I'm doing wrong, and I just need to rectify that. So I'm not scaling in, which is essential. We're not getting a continuation on the move, so scaling in is essential, so that when you don't get the continuation, you're not maxed out up there, and it allows you to take profit as you go. So look, there's a number of reasons why I'm up and down like a bride's nightgown over the last 2 months, and have blown up. Well, 2 reasons why I blew up my account last month, but emotional trading. But yeah, absolutely Thunderman. Absolutely. So tomorrow is another day. So we start tomorrow. We started today with just under 20k. We start tomorrow with 5k. So we go again. In the meantime, and somebody, if you've not hit the thumbs up button, just smash it. I just need 2 people to do that. If you've not smashed the thumbs up button, oh, actually, Alistair. Videos, it's disappointing me at the moment today because it's 888, but I've made more money on Nvidia, although it's I can't touch it without tax penalties. I've made more money on Nvidia this last month than I did in January on the whole of my main account. Just letting it sit there. So yeah, Nvidia's paying. That's why, I suppose that's not the reason why, but I can't get too despondent because I've not actually lost any money off my net worth. Because as Nvidia's going up, I might be losing a little bit here. I was 27k down on February. Got a 57k drawdown, but I lost 27k in February, and I'm currently 5k down in March. So altogether, 35k down, 35k in the red, although 57k down in terms of drawdown. So that'd be 62k drawdown as it stands right now. So not a good day at the office. That's the problem, Stone Cold, is that there are no obvious setups. This was an obvious setup. I got in it late. 8 p.m. I got in it late. So I should have got in here as after the halt. I should have got in for the break of $7, and I didn't. That was the obvious setup. So and I called $7 out with pre-market when they started to make a move up. When it halted, I called $7. So break of $7 here. That was the obvious setup. And hold. So there's three things I can see straight away that I'm doing wrong. Is shooting from the hip, larger size, so too big for the account size, and that's just something I've got to cut out. I'm holding on to the losers too long, which is something that is essential, absolutely 100% need to get rid of, and I'm mistiming my entries. So a whole bunch of things I can work on there, and that should get me golden. I had a really good day yesterday, so yesterday shows that like it's still there, but it's in fits and stops. I just need to get it back. Okay, guys, I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to go and have a drink with the missus. I've got some beers that I can have in the fridge. Got some Tiger beer for some reason. I don't know why she got that, but you know, we'll do that. And I'll watch the football at 4 o'clock in the morning my time. So I've got quite a bit of time to go. So what are we now? 10 o'clock. I've got 6 hours to wait before the football comes on. So I'll knock it on the head. I'll go and have a beer with the missus, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow 8 o'clock. I'll be live and present. I'll put the charts up again. I'll put the scanners up again from 7. But for anyone watching on YouTube and Twitch and Rumble or wherever, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Take it easy, guys.